Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot minute. You probably thought I'd forgotten about the March update and the April update, but no. If you are a supporter in my BMAC Buy Me a Coffee hub, then you would have known for months that I was not going to be around posting new videos or my monthly updates, which I talk more about in that group. I'm not really going to be sharing things on the channel about what I'm up to, or on Instagram. Really, I've kind of drifted away from that too. But yeah, if you want to keep up to date with what I'm working on right now, where I am, and thoughts that I'm musing over, then you can join my BMAC hub. I do keep it exclusive just for women and just for those of you who want to support. Donations of any amount are welcome if you just want to support the ministry, but I do keep that exclusive just for those ladies who want to support me a little bit extra. So yeah, if you want to know more about where I am and what's going on, then you can join me over there. And because I was going to be absent from the channel for a few months, I decided I'm just going to combine these monthly updates. So that's what we're doing. You will notice I've posted a Bible review or two in the meantime. Those were pre-recorded, but I have been using both of those Bibles that I've shown you recently, and I've been really enjoying them. A grey one and a purple one, and I will quickly talk you through about how I've been using those in these past couple of months. It was more in March, I would say, I was actually using this Bible. So this was quite a new one that I reviewed for you. It's quite a chunky one, but what I love about this is it's huge text. It's really nice. It makes reading a pleasure where you can actually really see. I'm not used to larger text Bibles because most of my Bibles are quite small. So this really made reading a pleasure. And what I decided to do for the beginning of March was read through Isaiah, and I was highlighting everything to do with Jesus, because Isaiah is a really special book. It is like its own little miniature Bible with 66 chapters, and it goes through pretty much the whole of the Bible. It's prophesied in Isaiah. It's such a beautiful book, really. And so I went through and highlighted in blue, just to keep with the theme of the book, everything that Yah said. So these are Yah's words. So Isaiah was literally writing down the words of God. And so that's what I did through the whole book. And yes, I went through an entire highlighter because there was a lot. And then what I did in pink was I highlighted anything that prophesied Christ. So anytime that there was a prophecy about Jesus, I made sure that that was highlighted in pink. And when there was a crossover of things that seemed to me to be both God's words and prophesying about Jesus, I put a little pink bit on either side. And so we can see some more here where it's clearly talking about Jesus, God's words, and then again talking about Jesus. And what I like about the NKJV, I mean, I know there's a controversy around translations, and I do make sure I study from the KJV, but what I like about NKJV that I don't see any of the other translations doing is they put Jesus in capital H for his and him. And I find that really helpful for context when you're reading, just to make sure, and from respect purposes really, like it should always be a capital. So I know here, with his lips he shall slay the wicked, I know that that's talking about Christ. And the capital H really helps when you're getting context. So the root of Jesse I know is Jesus anyway, but it confirms the Gentiles shall seek him and his resting place shall be glorious. So that's something the NKJV does that I noticed the others don't do. I wish they did. I think every translation should have Jesus in a capitals, just out of respect. So yeah, this was a really special experience because I had to try and concentrate a little bit harder to say, okay, which are God's words exactly? Because it's not always as straightforward as you think. I really enjoyed doing this, and I was a little bit addicted. I kept coming back to doing this. I was like, oh God, I've been really enjoying highlighting, especially as someone who doesn't highlight Bibles very often. I really did enjoy this. And I think I might do this throughout the whole Bible. I'm going to need a lot more highlighters though, because if I use an entire highlighter through half the book of Isaiah, yeah, I'm going to need more. So I need to try and find this nice blue. It's hard to find these pastels. I just want a pack of just the blues. So yeah, I'm going to have to look out for that. And I think at some point you'll see where the colour changed because I had to use a different blue. Oh, actually I used purple. So it kind of moved to a more purpley tone as compared to the blue, if you can see. Don't know how well it's picking up on camera. And then all this is about Jesus, Isaiah 53, all prophesying Christ, which all happened. It's just so amazing. So you can see why it used up so much ink. There's a lot. So I really enjoyed studying Isaiah. Here you can see God's words all talking about Jesus here because I had to put the pink in with it. And I think when I get back into doing Bible studies, Lord willing, if that's what is meant for me to do, I think I will get into Isaiah next because I think that's got so much goodness and wisdom in it. And it's so fun to see all the prophecies that have come to pass in there and all the prophecy about Christ. So yeah, that's what I did in the beginning of March with this Bible. And then it's currently May as I'm recording this. And towards the end of May, I'm going to start picking up this one, which I also reviewed for you very recently as well. I really love this. You know I love small Bibles. This is very thin and so lightweight for a Bible. It is in KJV, which I love. And the font size is actually pretty decent. I think this is a size 8 font, this one. But yeah, I really like this one as well. Obviously the colour's beautiful, but I just especially like that it's thin line. It's really, really good. So I'm going to start another reading plan towards the end of May. But it may spill over into June as well. So I might wait and tell you more about that after in the next update, because at the moment it's just a plan that I'm going to do for the rest of the month. So yeah, we'll wait till the next month to show you that one. So as you may know, this is the system that I had been using so far in 2024. And I'll be honest, I haven't touched this in the last couple of months. However, in March, before I had my break, in March I was using this and I was taking a break from studying. So it's been a while, but if you remember, what I was doing was studying some books and writing notes. So you can see I was going through some books here and making notes on them. But in March I paused studying new books. I felt I was going through it too quickly and I was forgetting what I was reading and studying. So I thought I would pause and do a revision. And so I created this little revision binder. Again, this I shared in my BMAC group. I even made a private video showing what I was doing, which is only accessible to those in the group. But this is the kind of thing I've been going through at the moment. So I would go through the notes I made and pick up things that I'd highlighted and just try and summarize each book in as few words as possible. I try to make them all fit on one card. Obviously, it depends on the length of the book, but so far, all the ones I've read, which is the prophets, were all fitting on one card. And I was just going through and trying to remind myself the main key points of each book. So I bought this cute little binder. I bought some index cards and just made some notes. And I was enjoying that for a while. I didn't do it for long because that's the reason I had to stop. But that's how far I got. And yes, I was enjoying that. And I'll come back to that at some point. So I did enjoy changing up my usual study routine. I do find that works for me because I can get a bit mentally burnt out if I just stick to one system for too long. I find after a couple of months, I do need to switch things up. So yeah. As for the trackers, during April and the whole of May, I couldn't do any trackers because I didn't have access to anything. I didn't have my system with me. I didn't have my binder. I didn't have my camera. I had nothing. So I thought, let's just take a break. And the good thing about me using a bullet journal system is I can skip pages and it really doesn't matter. So yeah, because I have a removable notes page, basically, I can take pages out and skip pages and it doesn't really matter if I've skipped a few months. So there's that. Now, when it comes to memorizing scripture, this is the Bible that I've been using the last couple of months. So you can see I've got some tabs here, and I don't usually tab my Bibles, but I did on this occasion because I just tabbed scripture that I've been memorizing. So that the plan was that I can go through and just refresh my memory on the scripture I'm memorizing. Now, I do prefer to memorize in KJV where I can. So yeah, but for now, seeing as this is the smallest one I have, as close to KJV as possible, I just use this. And yeah, and I would highlight things. And there is a color code system. So all my blue ones were anxiety, for example. And the pink were to do with salvation. So yeah, that was the plan. I unfortunately didn't go through the memorization. And there's a reason for that, because I was doing something else. But yeah, I didn't go through and memorize the ones I'd highlighted, but I like the fact that they're highlighted in here anyway, so I can know which ones I've memorized and whereabouts they are in the Bible. So I'll come back to that in the future. Now, what I did do, before you think, well, you just took a couple of months off, you didn't do anything in your plans. No. What I did do is, again, something I shared in the group, and I kept them up to date with everything I would plan to do and how I was getting on along the way, was I took on the challenge of reading the Bible in 30 days. And let me tell you, that was an experience. I've written 4 blog post articles in the BMAC Hub. I did a week summary every week. I did a day-by-day diary of every single day and how I managed it, what I struggled with, what I learnt and things, and then a weekly summary. And I posted them all on there every week. So you girls, you know how this went down already. But I will do a separate video eventually, Lord willing, on how the Bible in 30 Days challenge went and what I learned. It was a very interesting experience. It's not something that I had ever thought of doing before, to be honest. I always thought, you don't want to rush going through the Bible, go through too quickly, you won't get much out of it. But actually, no, I was really surprised with how much it blessed me. But yeah, I won't talk more about that now because I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, it was an interesting one, and I'm really glad I did it. So yeah, that's what I did through the whole of March. And then in May, the first half of May, I then went through the New Testament again in 2 weeks. So I set myself 2 challenges in the past couple of months. One to read through the whole Bible in 30 days, and then the New Testament at half the speed, because you can get through the New Testament in 1 week when you do it in 30 days. So I slowed down and I did it in 2 weeks. So I read it twice again in the space of a month. And that was also very interesting because I did it with a particular focus. Again, I posted all that in the group, so you girls who are members, you already know, you've seen it all, you know what's going on. But I'll do another video on that too, because that was also very interesting. So yes, things have changed a little bit this year. For March, April and May, I wasn't able to keep up with the usual system I had going for the year in my planner. But that's okay, because I did find that mixing things up really helps. And sometimes when you do something really out of your comfort zone, like I did with the challenges, it was a very surprising blessing. So yeah, don't dismiss it until you've tried it. I think anytime you're getting the word in is a blessing, but I was really surprised with what I learned and the revelations I got as I was reading so much every single day, because it's a lot. Now, my faith favourites for the month, as I didn't have many of my tools with me, I really just had this. It was me and this Bible for majority of this season. So this has to be my faith favourite. It was following me everywhere I went, all different places. If you're part of the BMAC group, you'll see places where I was reading this. I was showing you different locations and things. So this was my ride or die for the most of this season. I would say it was my favourite. So this Bible, YHWH Bible, I do have a review on this as well if you're interested. And realistically, I don't really have any other faith-specific favourites for the month, because that was literally all I had with me. So yeah, it was just me and the Word. Very, very simple one this month, but maybe next month there'll be some other little goodies that I can share with you. But that's it for the faith favourites. So yeah, that's how the last few months have been. As for this channel, I have a couple of things planned. I want the challenges videos for you, maybe a couple of ambience videos. But yeah, I found it really hard to get back into it. This video was, I had to force myself to kind of set up the camera and do it, because everything inside me was just like, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it, I don't want to film, I don't want to do it. I don't know why, but anyway, I did it, and I hope you're still here and you enjoyed it. And please do leave your thoughts, takeaways and comments in the section below. And if you want more and you want to keep up to date, and I'm posting live pictures more frequently and writing articles in the Buy Me a Coffee hub, rather than publicly on Instagram, for example. I do like the thought of knowing that it's just girls there and it's just people who really, really care and are supporting the channel, rather than just randoms on the internet. So yeah, I hope you can understand, and don't worry, my content is always free. The worksheets I post are all free. The videos all free. It's just keeping you up to date with things. If you want to be in the know and support the ministry, then you are welcome to do that. And nothing will be a surprise to you when I go missing randomly, or when random videos just appear that you weren't expecting, you'll know what's coming and why I'm doing everything as I go. So yeah, look out for those videos. If you have any other requests, leave them below, and Lord willing, I'll speak to you really soon. Until then, have a blessed day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.